So about a week ago, I was contacted by a fragrance house called Draco. They wanted to send me two of their fragrances, the one for men and one for women. And if you guys don't know, Soulja Boy's nickname is Draco. And so this is Soulja Boy's celebrity fragrance. Again, there's one for men and one for women. And it is called Sboy or Sboy for her. In this video, again, they sent me the two. This is not a paid video. I'm giving you my 100% authentic reactions. This is going to be my semi-first impression, but without further ado, let's get it. So welcome back, my dudes! No, don't worry, I ain't going to be doing that through this whole video, but welcome back. This is Randy, aka FragranceDoud, and if that stupid opening didn't let you know what this video is going to be about, I'm going to be reviewing two fragrances that were sent to me by the house of Draco. They are in collaboration with Soulja Boy. The one is Sboy for him, and the other one is Sboy for her, not S-girl. So Draco contacted me last week, said, hey, if we send you these two fragrances, would you mind reviewing them? I said, sure. As long as it's 100% authentic reviews, they are not scripted. They said, we're totally fine with that, so this is not a paid review. They did let me create my own code, so if you guys want a discount, the link is in the description as well as the code is pinned. It is DOUD35, DOUD35. You get $35 off. Last week the bottles were $190, so $155 after my code. I think they went up a little bit, but they'll drop back down, so just keep an eye on that. I'll also post it on my community tab when I see them go up and down. But with that said, I am going to be reviewing both, even though the bulk of my subscriber base is men, because the women's, I did smell it on my wife, and I do have to tell you guys about it because Christmas is coming up. So I'm definitely going to be speaking about that. Before I get into the presentation here, I do want to let you guys know to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell, all that good stuff, even though you guys already know that. And then if you do like my content, consider following me on Instagram and TikTok. Comment below if you guys have tried these before. If you haven't, I'd really like to know, have a little bit of a discussion about what you think about them. But again, this is a little bit of the presentation. So the boxes are actually quite nice. It says on the site they're made out of velour, and then they also have this like nice pattern going throughout. It has the aesthetic of sideways, and then it says boy. On the girls, it says for her. On the men's, it says for him. I like it because I'm from Pittsburgh, so black and gold. And then they have this velour stand, which is quite nice. I do like stands for bottles, especially for these ones, because they are pretty bottles, and I'll show you those right now. So the women's, just like the box, is the more yellow of the two. It says S-boy for her, so it's not S-girl. And then it has this diamond encrusted top, and then the number 22 on the bottom. And then outside of that, here is the atomizer. The atomizer on both of these is quite nice. And again, just a forewarning, I have tested this one out on my live last week only once, so I can give you the performance based on that, but I am going to do a full review next week. And then for the women, I did smell it on my wife. So let me spray this one more time on my hand here. Since my bulk of my subscriber base is men, I'm going to start with the men's. So again, the men's bottle is that black and gold gradient with the black top. Again, do not pick up the cap from the cap because it's going to fall. And it says the bottles are both made from Italian glass. I know there's the perfumer for this is a woman, and she's a well-known perfumer. I don't know the name. I should have done my research. I will have it in my full video, and I will pin it in the description below if you're interested. I think I saw it on Jeremy Fragrance's video. But with that said, I'm going to give you the notes. The ones that I can pull from this, I will put the full notes that they give you on the screen. But with that said, I'm going to give you just the ones that I can pull. So the notes from Sboy for him are lemon, peach, coconut, bergamot, jasmine, iris, amber, vanilla, caramel, tonka bean. I don't get the lavender. I don't get the sandalwood. I don't get the oak moss. There's a couple other things I can't remember. I'll put it on the screen, obviously. But this fragrance, I was really shocked by this because celebrity fragrances, I mean, you have your Sean Johns and stuff like that, that are more cheapies. And so this one's more of an expensive one that I wasn't sure what to expect with it. But as soon as I smelled it, the first time I sprayed it, when I first opened the bottles, I sprayed it on tester strips. Do not spray these on tester strips. They do not smell good on the neutral cards. just an FYI. The women's is okay on a card, but the men's smells much, much, much different and much, much, much better on skin. With that said, it is beautiful. It's a really nice scent that I am shocked is from a celebrity collaboration, because there's a little bit of an undertone here of a few different fragrances. I know a lot of my subs in my live were talking about it, but there's a little bit of an undertone of this Baccarat Rouge 540. You don't get much of that almond. It's more of the sweetness. It doesn't have that cotton candy vibe. It's more of just the sweetness that will remind you of Baccarat Rouge 540. It is far and away not a clone at all. With that said, it has that Baccarat Rouge undertone, as well as almost, if you guys have tried Ambassador for Men Intense, it has a little bit of a mixture of that as well in here, just to give you a little idea of what you're getting in here. So it has this muskiness and aromaticness that you get in that Ambassador for Men Intense, mixed with that sweetness that you get from the Baccarat Rouge 540. So when you first spray this on here, again, it's classy, it's exquisite, it's just a very beautiful fragrance that is definitely well blended, niche quality, it's high end. You can definitely smell it's worth the price here. So in the opening, it's more of a fresh citrus mixed with this fruity accord. And the fruity accord, there's a little bit of like a coconut. It doesn't come off coconut. I just saw there's coconut, there's peach. And I was wondering, because when I first smelled this, I was like, it's musky. There's aromatics in there for sure. And then there's that sweet undertone from like a vanilla amber mixture that smells like the Baccarat Rouge. But then there is this almost tropical vibe on top. It's that coconut and peach and bergamot mixture. It's not there too long, but it provides this like tropical fruity freshness. And it's really good. That's what reminds me of the Ambassador Intense, because the Ambassador Intense gives you that like tropical, fruity, musky, aromatic vibe. So that's what you get here as well. And this is just a lot more well blended. While Ambassador is great, this is better blended. It's really nice overall. It has almost this powdery facet because there is this orris or iris in this fragrance, as well as some tonka bean. I don't personally love powders, but in this it's done very well, and again, blended very nicely to where it doesn't feel super overly powdery. It's just really nice, musky, a little bit powdery, fruity, that little tropical vibe, some freshness in the opening, and then that sweet undertone, like that ambery vanilla tonka mixture. As you work your way into the fragrance, that fresh, fruity, tropical vibe really does dissipate as the bergamot goes away, and then as that coconut starts to dissipate and that tropical vibe goes away, you still get some fruity aspects to it, but it turns more into like a sweet, musky fragrance where those musks really pull up, and it's not animalic or anything like that. It's a beautiful supporting note that has this vanilla and amber and tonka swimming over top of the musk, and it's really, really nice. So now that we know that the fragrance smells great, again, it's that citrusy, it's that fruitiness in the opening with that freshness. You get that undertone of that Baccarat Rouge, and then it has those aromatics and musks going through the fragrance. As you work your way into the base, it's that sweet, ambery, almost stickiness mixed with that musk underneath. So now we're getting into the performance of it. So the performance of Sboy, I've heard good things, I've heard bad things. At least for me, on the first time I put this on my hand, I sprayed it on my hand twice. I got 7 hours. So what I noticed is that it was about moderate, a little bit above moderate, so about arm's length for the first hour and a half. And then it turned into, for like hours 3, 4, 5, it was more of a personal bubble about a foot away. And then it was a skin scent for about 2 more hours. So I had 7 hours of longevity on it, which I don't think you need to wear a fragrance any more than that. I think that for what this fragrance is trying to accomplish, it definitely does that. I think that it's a fall and winter fragrance. But I also think where I live and where a lot of other people live, you could easily get away with it in the spring as well. Overall, I really, really dig this fragrance. I am so happy that they sent this to me. And again, I just was shocked because this is a celebrity fragrance, and usually the quality does not go hand in hand with celebrity fragrances, and this one did really good. So Soulja Boy, Draco, you guys did really good. I think that This is going to be a staple in my collection for a while. It's going to make a lot of my lists if I do make some of those. Fall and winter, I think that this hits all the marks that you need. It has a bit of that freshness. If you have those warmer days, you can definitely wear it on there. If you have the cooler days, definitely has that sweetness, that Baccarat Rouge vibe. I think it's really nice. And then those musks really complement the entire fragrance to make it more of an anytime fragrance where you can wear it day or night. And then I'll always, again, it's classy, it's exquisite. So I would definitely wear this nights out, stuff like that as well. So that's Sboy for him. Really nice fragrance. Again, I think it's $250 retail. It does drop down to $190 every once in a while. Use my code in the description, DUDE35. You get $35 off, and I definitely think that it's worth a pickup. I don't think there is decants of it to pick up, but if you can find them, obviously do your decanting first. But with that said, it is definitely worthy of a blind buy, in my opinion. Going into the women's, if you are a guy that, or if you are a woman that is looking for a nice fragrance to ask somebody to buy you for Christmas, or if you're a guy that's looking for a good fragrance that is kind of unique to buy for your wife, then this is Sboy for her, which I think is definitely in that category. This one has a lot less notes. Again, I'll put them on the screen. They are mandarin, strawberry gardenia, rose, musk, and vanilla. So me and my wife are very, 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 very picky about women's fragrances, especially her. She knows what she likes. She likes the sweet. She doesn't like the overly florally, but she likes a little bit of florals in there. She doesn't like it overly sweet. She likes it in the middle. I mean, she likes some vanillas in there, but also a little bit of fruits. This gets you everything. When you first spray it on, just like the Sboy for him, which has it does have a little bit of a unisex vibe, but it's more unisex leaning masculine for sure. There are a lot of fragrances out there like Baccarat Rouge that is just straight in the middle unisex, but this is unisex leaning masculine. As far as this one, this is definitely more of a feminine fragrance, but with that said, it smells bomb. It's honestly probably one of my favorite women's fragrances. My wife absolutely loves this fragrance. So it has that musk just like the original Sboy. It has that musk through the entire fragrance. But right when you spray it on, that strawberry gardenia, which I don't know what strawberry gardenia is. I can just tell you it has strawberry. Strawberry is definitely in there. You do the rose is the only note that I don't pull from this fragrance. It doesn't come off a little. It's like almost like a sweet floral that you get in some points of the fragrance, but in the opening, it's like a strawberry vanilla musk, and with like a little bit of a sweet floral in the background. But overall, it's sweet, it's creamy, it's juicy. This is more of one that you can wear all year round. I would say if it had to be closer to something, it'd be more of the transitional seasons like spring and fall. But I could see people wearing this spring, summer, fall, winter, all year round. Super versatile. For if you're looking to get a girl or your wife or your fiance or your girlfriend or whatever a fragrance, this is going to be one that can be any age. I didn't even notice say the ages for this. I would say the Sboy would be probably ages 18 to 45. It's very versatile as far as age. This one is going to be anywhere down to probably 9th grade all the way up to some age like 45. Also very versatile. It has that musks. If you like sweet fragrances, you like the note of strawberry. It comes off again very well blended. It's a neat. Both of these are niche quality for sure. I think that this is definitely worth a pickup if you are a girl. Again, they're both the same price, about $250. My code brings it down to $215, $220, something like that. I think that for the niche type quality, that this is a beautiful fragrance, and if you have the money to spend, it's going into the dry down. I didn't get that far because that is my wife was wearing it and I didn't even think to go into it. With that said, it does seem like it's more of a, unlike the original or the Sboy, the S-Girl seems like it's going to be more linear from the opening to the dry down, not going to change too much. Maybe that strawberry might dissipate a bit. It is dissipating a little bit on my skin, but with that said, I'm getting, again, moderate projection here, a little bit above moderate. It seems like it's going to be one that's going to stick. Another 7-hour one, but again, don't quote me on that. It smells fantastic. I will have my full thoughts on both of these fragrances throughout this week, whether it's in shorts and then also in my full review. Sboy, for her, smells great. If you like vanillas, if you like strawberries, if you like a little bit of this like sweet mandarin in the opening mixed with some like sweet florals, is really nice. Yeah, that's great. I absolutely adore that. It's a really nice, subtle vanilla. And that's vanilla underneath the strawberry gardenia is very, very creamy. It's subtle, and it's just really nice. It's not going to be one that's going to be overly offensive or overly cloying. It's really nice. But I'm not going to keep you guys here all day. Let me know if you've tried either of these. Again, I'll be back with another video. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll be back with another video. Peace out.